Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Halo allemaal, ik ben Arifana Sufyan. Ik kom uit SMK Jengkepusat Maran. Hello, the name is Arifana Sufyan from SMK Jengkepusat Maran. Was what I said in Dutch. You might wonder, Dutch, huh? Well, it is because it is related to the book that I will be talking about, which is Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl. Anne Frank, or her full name, Annelies Marie Frank in Dutch pronunciation, was a German-Dutch Irish of Jewish heritage. She lived during the period of Second World War, which Hitler, the leader of Nazis, wanted to annihilate all Jews and banish them from the Germany. And so Anne Frank went to Netherlands with a family, and they lived in hiding from the Jews. And this book is basically a compilation of multitude entries from the diary of Anne Frank about her experience and her daily life while living in hiding in a secret annex leading to a secret building in her dad's company. And so, while Anne wrote in this book, she was only 13 years old at the time, but while I was reading this, I had a lot of connection with this book, and I gained so many moral values and lessons that I could use and implement in my daily life. So the first thing that I could gain from this book is that I feel like while reading this, I felt like Anne is someone who I am close to. It gave me a sense of comfort. In a sense of having someone to relate to, because while I was reading this, it was during the period of pandemic, during the lockdown, and though of course in no way is our situation is comparable to each other, she went through a much harder time than me. She went through adversity and a lot of hardships than I did, but I felt really comforted while reading this. And other than that, she also had a very mature view of the world, in which I was really impressed of, because even though she was only 13, she was forced to grow up in such a quick time because she was living in a confined space. And she, in one part of the book, she said that the people of Jews have seen the worst of humanity. They have seen their family and their friends being annihilated by the Nazis, and they have lost hope in humanity and justice. But Anne wrote that even though, as absurd as it sounds, she still believes that there are still good people in the world and justice still exists in the world. And I feel like it takes a lot of maturity to be able to filter out what you were going through and to view the world in such a broad lens. And Anne grew far beyond her age in this book, and throughout this book I can see how her writings have changed. The way she speaks becomes really eloquent. And because at the time, the cabinet minister have told the citizens of the German refugee that they will publish the entries and journals of those who were living during the Second World War. And so Anne wrote in this book with the thought of publishing it, and she had dreams of becoming a writer at the time. And when I read that, I felt really hopeful, and I can feel how much ambition she had, even though she was living in a lot of hardship. And she is really someone who is inspiring to me, even though she was much younger than me at the time of when she wrote this book. So I can relate a lot to this book, and I would highly recommend it to everyone who wanted just a different lens of the world and wants to view the world in a different perspective and want to gain more knowledge about what are the occurrence of during the Second World War. And that is all for me. Talk soon. Bye.